I'm SJ. I've got a beautiful black Labrador called Cozie, and I have a son called Hamish, and we all live in Blackheath. When I was working for TAFE, I was carrying a bag of heavy ropes down to rig for an abseiling session with a bunch of school kids. I think it was just the way I lifted it, and it gave my neck a bit of a pinch. I tried a whole lot of methods of helping it, and the last straw was surgery. I woke up from the anaesthetic and I couldn't move. I was completely paralysed. It was a slip of a hand during the surgery. That was it. Within a second, I had quadriplegia. 2 years ago, I was probably coming through a period of crisis in my journey of psychological, emotional recovery from my spinal cord injury. I was just going through a very, very hard time emotionally dealing with my circumstance. I was quadriplegic, living on my own. My son stayed here for half of the week, and when he wasn't here, I was by myself. It was horrible. I really, really struggled. I was just depressed. I was just so dark, and I didn't want to live. And I was trying to physically beat quadriplegia, but you can't physically beat quadriplegic. I got to a point where maybe 2 years down the track, I'd sort of realised, the physical training was great. However, I realised I needed to do more psychological training for wanting to live. It was just a really, really fortuitous timing that Cozie came into my life. Because of these hands that don't function very well, that's a big limitation in what I can and can't do. And obviously I can't get out of my wheelchair. I've got ropes on my front door handles, and my door opens inwards, so you can imagine it's quite a pain to open a door inwards. So there's a rope on the door. She can open the door for me, and then once I'm through the door, there's another rope and she can close the door. I dropped my credit card on the floor once. I have dropped my glasses on the floor, and believe it or not, I got them unscathed. So she can pick up things and give them to me. I can't get clothes on and off. I have to have help getting my clothes on and off. So if I'm wearing a jacket and I come inside and I don't need it on anymore, she can help me get it off by getting her mouth around the end of the sleeve, and I can give her the command to tug, and she'll tug it and I can get the jacket off. She can press the button at the traffic light. One of the physical things is just to come and do the visit, put her snout on your knee and just look at you with the pathetic eyes, and it just makes you feel warm and fuzzy. So that's something physical that she does. And so I almost fell out of my wheelchair, and then I got to the point where I couldn't get myself back into the wheelchair. So it was a very precarious situation, and it actually catalysed me to really panic, and I'm yelling and screaming, and I can get Cozie to alert bark, so I'm instructing her to speak, and she's barking. And the back door was fortunately open. I told her to go outside, and I'm telling her to speak. So she's barking and barking and barking, and my next door neighbours heard it, and they have been worded up if they ever hear Cozie bark like that they need to come in and check. And so that was just a really perfect example of, from a safety perspective, how invaluable she is to me. The more I feel independent and the less I have to ask for things, the more normal my life feels. And so, Cozie's been huge in that. When it comes to donating, I would have to say it's probably one of the more worthy causes on a one-on-one basis. And my son may not have had a mother if it wasn't for this dog. So if you could put the value of that in a monetary value, you kind of can't. However, just a few bucks, you can't believe it. Like a four-legged fluffy thing can have such a significant impact on someone's life. And I have a physical disability, so the benefits that money is going towards is helping me on so many levels, and the independence, etc. But for somebody where it's not an obvious disability, such as someone with PTSD or autism, these dogs are trained to assist people, for medical reasons. What I would say to someone that was considering donating is just to know that money was going to an amazing cause.